predictions.
Ow!
You okay?
Just got punched in the face. No, I'm not.
Where'd that voice come from?
It's one of your cats.
Shut up, Bruce.
Anyway,
See what happens when we make jokes?
I'll try to be serious for a moment.
You didn't have to hit him that hard.
Sorry.
So, if I can be serious for a moment, it's Hell in a Cell predictions.
Yes, it is.
Hey, you know, it's like another month has gone by, so another pay-per-view is around the corner.
And here we are.
Let's pick some winners.
Uh,
If I predict all of the winners for Hell in a Cell, I will buy a $20 lottery ticket the next day.
I would. But first, we've got the pre-show where we've got Mizdow TV featuring The Miz.
I'm going to predict that everything The Miz does is going to suck, and everything Mizdow does is going to
Yeah,
be awesome.
I'm definitely predicting a win for Mizdow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mizdow's definitely gonna.
He's taking this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul Heyman's going to be on the panel,
Yes.
so he's going to immediately win that because obviously there's no way Alex Riley can hold a candle to Paul Heyman.
But Booker T might be able to give him a run for his money.
Maybe.
And Renee Young is hot.
Renee Young is going to be the closest thing Paul Heyman will have to a weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Especially because she's going to show you an exactly 1.5 inch thin strip of her midriff.
I'm okay with that.
Lordy.
But let's get on to actual matches here.
Case of the Vapus.
What? What in the world does that mean?
I like you a lot, Thomas.
Why'd you punch me in the face?
You made jokes.
Fine.
Very bad jokes. Let's move on to the matches we have at Hell in a Cell. We have the rematch between Rusev and The Big Show. After what's happened this week between the two of them.
This match, I think, is going to be... I think this match is going to be extremely fast-paced, considering it being Rusev and Big Show.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
like,
we saw the last time they had Big
Yeah.
Show was just kind of marching Rusev all over the place, beating the shit out of him. I'm imagining this is going to be that part 2.
yeah. Like, no, I think,
Only if he... And it's only going to stop if Rusev can hit another one of his 7-foot-tall drop kicks.
which he will.
I'm sure I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
So
And Big Show's gonna dropkick Rusev in return.
he's gonna solar system flip, man. There's
I hope
gonna be
so.
at least
Can you
one.
imagine if the person didn't take a bump from the sunset flip, and Big Show was really just using his front somersault momentum to throw the person? They'd make the 4th row.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Welcome to Hell in a Cell. You get a complimentary Rusev.
But yeah, no, I definitely think it will be, like Kevin was saying, a very fast-paced match for these two. Like, it won't be super fast-paced in comparison to, say, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But it will be fast-paced considering how huge these guys are.
Yeah.
So who do you see taking this one?
I'm gonna predict Rusev.
All right. Give him out.
If you watched Raw review, I already said this. My vote's going for the Big Show, knocking his ass out.
I think I'm going to have to agree with Thomas Wolf. I think Rusev is going to take this because I think this is going to be the last big win for Rusev before he goes on to the storyline that leads to his first loss. So, up next we have the Divas Championship on the line as AJ Lee defends the title against Paige. This is, what, the 4th time we've seen this title match now?
4th
Yeah.
or 5th, it's getting up
Something
there.
like that.
I mean,
Still,
it depends on if you count those quick ones.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
the one right after WrestleMania and the one right after
AJ returns.
AJ. Yeah, there's been a lot of them, but these two have kept this feud very interesting.
Yeah, I do want to say, before too much longer, the other divas need to step it up and get on AJ Page's level, because while they've kept it interesting, I'm worried that they won't be able to for much longer.
Absolutely.
Considering
The whole middle of this year has
Yeah.
been this feud.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the whole almost entire year.
Yeah.
Because you're starting right the day after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right.
So this has been a huge portion of the year.
It's a 6 month span.
Yeah, this has been the biggest, probably biggest Diva storyline,
For
lengthwise.
a long time.
Yeah, for a long
Yeah.
time.
So who do you see taking it?
I'm gonna go with Paige.
Really? Another title change.
Yeah, based off exactly that.
Yeah.
The title seems to change extremely frequently between these two.
All right. Tom Swift.
I'm going to agree based off of past history. Like I said, I want this storyline to come to an end soon, so I'm hoping that AJ retains so there can be a finality there. But I will say, hesitantly, Paige.
I think very opposite. I think AJ is going to take this one. I think this may be the finality of just these two. I think we may see more interaction with Alicia Fox and potentially more of the girls from Total Divas, whether it be Naomi or if we get maybe Layla starts getting in on the, because Layla's been part of this
Yeah.
situation as well. So I think this will be officially the last time that Paige will get a one-on-one against AJ, and we'll start getting maybe triple threats, more maybe a fatal four-way, so maybe leading into something in Survivor Series where we get a multi-diva match.
Here's a novel idea. Have Paige win, or AJ win, sorry.
Okay.
Have AJ win. Go on to rival, say, Layla for the belt.
Okay.
Have Paige and Alicia Fox continue their bosom buddies, emphasis on bosom, storyline.
Okay.
And, get into a fight with someone else. I don't know, Summer Rae. Just picking a random name. Have the Bella feud continue just because if that happens, we would get 3 Diva storylines at once.
I'd be okay with that.
That's how you make the Divas seem relevant.
Yeah. Well, the ladies have been doing a wonderful job as
Oh,
of
they
late.
have.
So, yeah, if there was a potential for a third storyline, I'd be blown away.
Yeah.
But moving on to more championship matches, we've got the Usos getting a rematch against Dust to Dust for the tag team championships. This has been an ongoing feud for a while. It started briefly when Dust to Dust first came in, and then eventually Dust to Dust took the titles. There hasn't been a lot of defending by Dust to Dust.
No.
Like, the Usos were defending the tag titles, like, at least every other week.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it the standpoint at the time. While the Usos were running as the tag team title champions, there were a lot more heel tag teams for them to run against. Dust to Dust has the Usos and the Matadors.
Yeah.
It's true.
WWE, get on making some tag teams.
Babyface tag teams. Let's go.
There was so many tag teams at one point, and then
Yeah.
it just fucking crumbled.
Maybe after Rusev and Big Show, we can get Henry and Big Show again. Henry and Big Show versus Dust to Dust for the
White
tag
chocolate.
titles.
I actually think Mark Henry is going to be essential in Big Show losing to Rusev.
Yeah, everyone thinks that, but I'm just throwing out a different suggestion.
All right. So as far as tag team titles go, Thomas Wolf.
Oh yeah, we did predict. Dust to Dust.
Dust to Dust retain.
Yeah, I think that the Usos had a really good long run, and now it's just time for someone else.
All right. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dust Brusters.
The Dust Brusters.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that a 3-way agreement. Definitely, we saw Gold Dust and Cody Rhodes as tag team. They had the tag team titles for a while, and now you've got Gold Dust and Stardust who make a great tag team. I definitely think this is the beginning of at least a 4-month run as tag team champions.
Yeah, and I feel like a little bit more of the shenanigan-y side coming out of Goldust and Stardust again with the main event game showy type thing. So again, maybe because of the fact that especially Stardust is really over with the audience too.
Yeah.
That they might be in the midst of trying to kind of put them back in audience favor, especially with the news recently that Ryback is soon to make its return.
Yes. Yeah. Ryback is almost done healing from his injury.
Well, and with the rumors of the Ascension being called up shortly, it would make sense to have the champions be a face team
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to want to bring the Ascension in strong. Ryback's going to want to come in strong. So let's, flip Goldust and Stardust around so they could be defending the title against those teams.
Yeah. So, we've got the Intercontinental title match, Cesaro versus Dolph Ziggler. After what happened on SmackDown, do you think they're going to continue this feud very much longer, or because
I hope so.
we do have the potential of the Bad News Barrett coming back in a couple months to potentially face Dolph Ziggler. So, does this mean that Ziggler's going to be carrying the title for a little bit longer, or are we going to get a long run out of Cesaro?
I'm gonna say Ziggler.
Yep.
Because I've been holding out on the fact that I think they were really trying to build up Bad News Barrett versus Ziggler.
Yeah.
And with his return potentially really soon.
Just kind of doing it opposite.
Right, that it could actually happen.
I would go based purely off of what happened on SmackDown that Cesaro's going to take it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anything in particular?
Just the overall performance of his Intercontinental title match.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's Cesaro in a title match,
Yeah.
though. I mean, but for the prestigious Intercontinental title, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I'm going to agree with Thomas Wolfe. I definitely think they're building towards the Ziggler and Bad News Barrett. I definitely think this was ultimately the plan, and they're just having to work it kind of backwards.
Yeah.
Then I mean, we could see that going into 2015. If
That'd be cool.
having Bad News Barrett come back in December, we could have a whole brand new feud.
Yeah.
Here's where I go with mine. Cesaro walks out of Hell in a Cell as the Intercontinental Champion. Bad News Barrett comes back. Obviously, he's going to get a huge babyface pop.
Yeah.
First thing they do, feud him with Cesaro. He takes the belt. Back to the original Ziggler versus Bad News
That
Barrett.
could work.
plan.
Because I was gonna
That's brilliant.
mention the caveat that it might be hard to bring Bad News Barrett back as a heel.
He was. I mean, he was already getting over.
Yeah.
He was getting over before he had his first match as Bad News Barrett.
Yeah,
Right.
his promos alone were getting him over. So honestly, whoever ends up taking the hell, run a triple threat storyline between the three of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your official pick?
I'm going with Ziggler. I think they're at least moving towards a Ziggler Bad News Barrett. And then our final title match of the night, we have The Miz getting a shot at the U.S. title against Sheamus. Obviously, we've seen this match a few times, and it's not always most exciting, but we have had some good matches from both of them as of late. It is for...
Miz has 2 victories and a stunt double victory over Sheamus.
He does. And this obviously isn't the more popular title of the mid card, but I don't know. I think this is definitely the match I'm least interested in.
Wait, what match are we talking about again?
Miz Sheamus.
I thought I was gonna fall asleep.
He's too tired to fall asleep.
So, okay. So even though we don't care that much, who do you see taking the U.S. title?
Pass.
I didn't know we could do that.
No, we
Also
can't.
pass?
No, we can't actually pass. It just skips us.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep jumping back and forth between you guys.
Well, no, because it goes to you now.
Well, no, I'm asking you guys first before I get it, so you guys have to answer.
Damn it.
Why are these the rules?
It's always been the rules.
Well, I thought it would go like in the order if we passed though.
I think Miz is taking it.
Okay.
I think Sheamus has done very little with the U.S. title as of late, especially since having the flu. He's defended it a total of like maybe 3 times since we were at Raw.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was his return match. So I think based on the fact that they had Miz have the Intercontinental title for a month against Dolph Ziggler, they wanted to put a title on him, but I think they're saving Dolph Ziggler as Intercontinental Champion going into a feud with, continuing his deal with Cesaro, or when Bad News Barrett comes back in December, running a feud against him for the title. So I think Miz is going to be the heel side of the mid-card and take the U.S. title from Sheamus.
Sound logic. I guess I'll say Miz.
I'm gonna go with Sheamus.
Yeah?
With the WWE anti excitement angle, the anti build up angle that WWE seems to pull a lot, that whoever's built up as the big guy going into the match ends up losing.
Yeah.
So we've had Miz get all this momentum.
Yeah.
Beats Sheamus, Mizdow beats Sheamus. Then
Yeah,
he gets
it's
stopped.
the reverse momentum rule.
Yeah.
I think Mizdow is going to help Miz win it, and I think this may be the beginning of the breakaway of Mizdow. And potentially a Mizdow versus Miz for the U.S. title.
We can always hope.
Up next, we have the Bella versus Bella, where the loser will be the winner's bitch for 30 days. I don't care if it says personal system, because they said bitch.
And if that person doesn't adhere to the rules, they have to leave the WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I-
something that Brie Bella's used to, so.
Oh my god. I was not aware that was a rule. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Hart? Brie
Brie.
Bella? Brie?
Brie, hands down. It's
You think this is going to be the final, ha-ha, Nikki's been trying to get all this revenge and Brie's just going to cap it off with her having to
yes.
be her personal assistant?
Yes.
That's Wolf.
Absolutely.
Nikki, hands down. I don't think there's as many interesting things that they can do having the face make the heel their personal bitch.
Oh, can I change my answer now?
I was just going to say, I'm totally agreeing with Thomas because...
I'm changing my vote. Nikki because of what he said.
And Thomas Wolf sways the votes in favor of Nikki Bella. Yeah, I think it's...
That's a triple Nikki. That's one for each of her big things that I enjoy.
2 boobs and 1 ass.
Yeah.
You looked at me like you were confused.
No, I knew what you meant. I was just waiting for you to elaborate, but then he did it for you.
Yeah, well, great minds think alike.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be Nikki. I'll be surprised if it's Brie. It'll probably just make the story.
I'm still gonna say I get a point if Brie wins anyways.
No, you don't. You were deciding right now.
Yeah. Alright. Because if we could do that, we just all do that for every match.
Well, this is an exception because you swayed me away from Brie.
Right, I swayed you away from Brie.
Oh,
Therefore-
I don't want Brie anymore. God, but I love soft cheese.
That was weird.
It's a joke.
I know
Brie,
it was.
Brie and soft cheese.
I know
Spelled
what
the same way.
I know what Brie is.
Goes great on crackers.
Brie is a wrestler who's going to lose at the pay-per-view. That's what Brie is.
And I bet by nefarious means,
Probably.
Yeah. Think they'll get Stephanie involved?
the cruiserweight division.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to our the less important, but they're trying to make it more important. Hell in a Cell match. We have Randy Orton taking on John Cena. The end of the feud, the number 1 contendership. Winner gets to face Brock Lesnar at a yet to be
Future
determined
date.
date.
Which I hope is 3 weeks from now on Superstars.
Not going to happen. But
That was a weird laugh that I just did.
yeah, it was. You,
Won't stop me from hoping though.
you might want to get that checked out.
Yeah.
You sound like you might be asthmatic now.
Maybe a little bit.
You also sound like you might be like a really tall, gangly guy who's kind of like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I'm not so much that, but, you know.
Sounds definitely like
So
less like a wrestler, more like a referee.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
Kevin
a
Hart,
Yeah.
end of the feud.
Oh.
Future title shot. 12 years in the making.
I'm really like.
I'm
I've got
so much less excited for this match now.
two
Just like with Big E and Rusev.
two such solid predictions. Like, where I'm dead set in the way I want it to go, and dead set in the way I think it's going to go.
Okay.
Going off of sheer, like, what I want to happen, I am so in favor of Randy Orton taking this from Cena. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick Cena to win, because Cena is their poster boy, and they will probably want to run Cena Lesnar 3 for big apparent ratings on the network. I'm not going to say huge pay-per-view buys, because most of the people have the network now,
Yeah.
so it's just going to be stuff.
So you're voting Cena?
Unfortunately, I'm voting for Cena.
Thomas Wolfe,
You
Randy
know-
Orton, or John Cena?
It's...
But let's make this clear, I want Orton to win.
Yeah, like...
If Orton wins, it's a moral point.
He gets half a point. I'll give you half a point if Randy Orton wins.
No, I'll take the half a point if Brie wins, though.
Nope. No, because you changed your prediction completely in that one.
Okay.
This is one where you're like,
But I still only get half a point if Cena wins, so that's only fair. So I get half a point either
no,
way.
because you're almost dead set that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 99.9% certain that Cena's going
So
to win.
if Randy Orton wins, I'll give you half a point.
Yay!
But you get a full point if John Cena wins.
Yay! I still get a point either way.
Alright.
I'll just have to trade in a half a point I got from something else to make it a whole point.
Because my thoughts on this match are like... I mean, Smart Money doesn't bet against Cena in WWE.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's just how it is. And Cena's been on, like, a down streak. He got annihilated by Brock Lesnar, and then he got screwed over by Seth Rollins. Which, they don't put Cena down for too long. However, I am hopefully optimistic. I didn't need to say both of those words.
But you did.
But,
That shows how much you really want it to happen.
You're hopefully
Just-
optimistic that.
I meant-
Despite the fact that you probably don't think it's going
I
to.
meant to say cautiously optimistic.
Oh,
Um,
that's completely different than hope.
yeah. That what they're going to do, because I know that I don't want this, but for the love of God, Brock Lesnar will hold the title till WrestleMania. At least.
That could potentially change.
It could, but that's what I'm thinking. Like,
But well,
based on...
But there is the news now that he is getting a new offer from UFC.
Yeah.
So.
But, based on WWE's current plan,
Okay.
I think he's holding the belt till WrestleMania.
Okay.
Where he'll lose it to hopefully Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
We'll get to see that happen.
God. I will boo so hard if Lesnar comes
So-
out at WrestleMania.
And so
Yeah.
obviously, the
Fart.
guy who beats him is going to be decided at the Royal Rumble. So, and he's probably not going to show up at the in between pay-per-view. So I'm hoping they're not going to just throw Cena and Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. We've seen it 3 times, and it's not WrestleMania. So I'm going to be cautiously optimistic and vote Randy Orton to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
I am going to vote for Randy Orton as well. I think this is going to be the transition of Randy Orton stepping away from the authority as a whole, because I think with the feuding with Seth Rollins and kind of the overall just like explosion of, hey, we kind of like Randy Orton again in the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
I think they're really starting to pull him away because he's starting to have issues.
You know what sounds cool on paper,
Hmm.
but maybe wouldn't pan out because, like, Cena's involved? Because I'm also thinking if Orton wins, what the fuck are they going to do with Cena? Until whatever time.
I have that plan in my head.
But, the idea I just came up with.
Okay.
What if... Okay, this is the end of the rivalry. 12 years in the making. Orton wins, and it ends on a note of mutual respect between Cena and Orton. And so they kind of unite. These two 12-year-long rivals unite to oppose the Authority.
Neat.
That does sound cool.
Yeah.
With the help of Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
The Authority.
Kane, Triple H, and Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, John Cena, and Randy Orton.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. Probably won't happen.
Probably not, but
But if that doesn't happen, we need Triple H versus The Rock.
yeah.
But no, I think Randy.
Definitely not Triple H versus Randy Orton again. Cause
No, 'cause
that was-
we know how well that happened 6 years ago.
So squashy.
But yeah, I think Randy Orton's going to take it based on the fact that there have been the talks of running Rusev against Cena.
that was the other.
So I think that's
Michael,
why Rusev is going to win against Big Show, and then he's going to move on to his feud with Cena. So Cena won't be getting the title shot. They'll be focusing on Randy Orton getting the title shot, and Seth Rollins, maybe, just kind of poking and prodding at Randy Orton that even if you do beat Brock Lesnar, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. That causes him to break away from
right.
the Authority, so pushes him on a babyface run, potentially in a continuous feud against Brock Lesnar, maybe to bring Brock in for a couple consecutive shows, maybe actually run an angle. But yeah, I think
That's funny.
I think Randy Orton is going to go on into the title picture, which will drop Cena down into the Rusev storyline.
Well, in the opposite of what traditional competition is, I hope you guys win.
But on the other hand, I would not be surprised if Cena won.
Yeah,
because
no,
they did leave Night of Champions open for Cena Brock 3. So, but moving on to our last match, we have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, two Hell in a Cell virgins getting ready to beat the high holy hell out of each other. This amazing feud.
That's a cherry pop, and that neither of these are ever going to forget.
Yeah.
You never forget your first time unless you get hit in the head really hard, which they probably will.
You never forget your first time, especially when it's in hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be crazy.
This feud.
It's going to be a lot of clubbering, if you will.
He said Uranus.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Oh, could have swore you said that. But anyway, yeah, this. I don't even know how to begin to predict this match.
All right, that being said, go.
Pass.
I'm actually pretty set on Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
I think that, Foley said it best when he was talking about how, on paper, when I thought of Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, I couldn't think of very many scenarios where Dean Ambrose comes out the winner, except for Hell in a Cell.
This is not an ordinary scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go back. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't say pass.
No.
You have to say the word pass for it to count.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna go Dean just on the fact that I want Dean Ambrose to win. No logic, no
Well,
anything going into it.
there's not a lot of logic that can be put.
I
into this
want
match.
Dean Ambrose to win. I want Seth Rollins and his scrawny little half blonde hair dyed Power Ranger suit wearing ass to be beaten to
I want,
left side of the cell and
I
back.
want Dean Ambrose to rip the blonde out of his hair.
Ow.
Yes. Do it. I want him to use one of those things from his duffel bag and give him an emo girl haircut.
The tongs.
Okay.
Yes, use the tongs. Rip his hair out. I'm going Ambrose. Because I like Ambrose. He's my bro.
Ambrose.
Alternatively, if you were picking Rollins, you would be picking Rollins because you like Rollins. Because you like both of them.
I do like both of them, but I like Ambrose way better.
Yeah.
And in the recent weeks, I'll be honest, in the very recent weeks, Rollins has really been getting on my nerves.
Yeah, you were saying that when we were watching Raw.
His voice really annoys the crap out of me, actually.
I have a theory as to why he's been getting on your nerves. He's a good heel.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna round it out. I'm gonna say Dean Ambrose too. I think what this is going to be is
Massacre.
pretty much. I think Ambrose is gonna be taking all the risks because that's just his personality. He's gonna be throwing all caution to the wind. He's gonna be just going fucking nuts because this is a playground of destruction that he is going to.
I don't know. I don't want to understate Seth Rollins.
No, and here's my thought is I think Dean Ambrose is going to be what most people probably wanted from Mankind against Undertaker.
Yeah.
He gets beat to complete shit, keeps coming back, and gets the win.
Spot that I'm predicting.
Oh.
I do predict they're going to fight on top of the cell.
Yep.
I predict that Dean Ambrose is going to attempt to hit the Dirty Deeds off of the cell, only to get it countered into a back suplex onto the top of the cell. So, like, they're standing at the edge. Dean Ambrose is going for Dirty Deeds. Rollins fights out. Back suplex.
Well, he's not using the headlock Dirty
Yeah.
Deeds anymore. They're using the double unhook DDT now.
Okay. That
was-
Do a backdrop back onto the cell.
Yeah, or I was thinking, fucking, what is it, Northern Light Suplex? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
That's scary as fuck. Oh man, I'm getting chills. I'm gonna be so fucking nervous in this match.
Here's my end all be all prediction. This match won't have an end.
Ooh.
Something's gonna happen. Both these guys are gonna get taken out.
And then next match will be Last Man Standing.
At WrestleMania.
Thomas just improved my theory.
WrestleMania.
So I'm gonna say I get 20 points if it comes out as a draw.
Nah, you get your other half point that you get from Oregon.
That's
State.
so out there that deserves at least 3
No.
points.
No. It's a half point. No.
Yeah, I'm predicting something so big and catastrophic is gonna happen. Both guys get carted out.
Okay.
Except Ambrose won't get carted out. They'll have to bring in a giant
Alright.
robot to fight him.
I will allow 20 points, so it'll happen between me and you. As long as you agree, if it gets made to a Last Man Standing after, I get 40 points.
Well, you can have your 40 points as long as I get my 20 points.
This is a strange wager.
Well, okay, that part of the bet is just me and you.
All right.
Yeah, you're out of this. You're
Yeah, like-
Mr. We gotta play
Right,
by
like-
the rules.
Ambrose gonna win.
Yeah, like,
Vegas odds.
the initial bet on who wins all the matches, that's between all three of us. Then if this very specific scenario happens, he'll get the 20 points. And then if my add-on to the very specific scenario happens, I win versus me and him.
Fair enough.
And at the end of the year, I'm going to go back and tally up all the points ever pointed on this show, including things that have been pointed in other videos that aren't prediction videos, and see who wins.
Fun.
And that winner will get a prize.
And that prize will be a Thomas Wolf lap dance.
Yes.
Especially if it's me.
Let's. I don't want to see. I don't want to see you give yourself a lap dance.
I think
I
you
do.
kind of do.
I do.
Because...
I'm curious. Can we get a free preview?
No, nope. That's
Also
that's
say-
episode, we can add that to episode 100.
Also
Fuck,
say
It's
on
going to look a
subject.
lot like this.
Nope. Nope.
All I'll say on the subject is, if we can have Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind all in the same interview, then I can give myself a lap dance.
That's it for Hell in a Cell predictions. Post down in the comments who you think is gonna win. No, don't post anything about lap dances. It's just weird stuff. This is getting awkward.
At least you're not getting beat up this week.
This is true. Let's see how well our predictions matched up to yours. Post your predictions down in the comments. Like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to watch Hell in a Cell on the WWE Network for the low, low price of
Well, lap dances
$9.99
down here.
for Travis Cole, Thomas Wolf, and the weird ass Kevin Hawkins.
Oh, I almost saw Undertaker!
Christopher Daniels and The Undertaker. This has been Week 19 of the Wrestling Rundown. We will see you next week.
I don't want to see you. We're breaking up.